Welcome to the NFT Pinas podcast, where we explore, educate, and share about all things in the crypto world.
And today we are sharing and joined. We are joined by one of our NFT Pinas mentors, Rix Hernandez, and she will share with us her expertise in creating a strong social media presence for the Web3 world. So, ayan. Good evening. Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Good evening sa ating. Ayan. Good evening sa ating Discord community. Hello. Good evening sa inyo. And also to our viewers sa Facebook page. Good evening. Ayan. So, today we are gonna be learning a lot about the social media game and personal branding. So hopefully your friends who are artists or maybe NFT project creators can learn with us as well. So I hope you guys share the stream to your friends, and yeah, ikaw na ba mag take over, Rix? Ayan.
Builds relatability. So aside from the millennials of our generation, 80% of baby boomers and 85% of Gen Xers also have the same sentiment. They want to engage and exchange resource. They want to buy from people who they feel are authentic. Kaya it's important that we identify who we really are, and we do our best every single day to find our true voice as artists, as creatives, and not be afraid. Kaya nga it's there's this book, it's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. So she wrote the book Eat Pray Love, but it's all about creating that, being brave enough to share your creativity, to share your art in a bold way so that it can capture a lot of people. And that's what we want to do. We want to get our work out there because our work is not just awesome for ourselves. It's not just an expression of us, but it also has the power to touch people in many different ways, diba? Notice when you look at an artwork or you look up at an interesting piece of photography, you'll notice that it makes time stand still when you look at something, and you pause for reflection for a lot of these artworks that we see. Even on OpenSea, when we're scrolling through artwork, we stop in time, and so that's one of the magic, no, of artwork. It lets time stand still, and that, I think, is one of the biggest gifts of art in itself. Okay, so next slide. Your reputation, guys, it matters more than making money. Your reputation matters more than revenue. With that being said, next slide. With that being said, I want you guys to know that your personal brand is simply your reputation. A lot of us think kasi na, oh, personal brand, I have to fix my fonts, the color of my logo, the text, the look of my website, and the feel of my Facebook. Yes, those are part of branding, but personal branding is about simply your reputation. And what comes with that is everything that you do, how you dress, how you act, how you behave, how you present yourself in a meeting, and all of that. Of course, you have to be comfortable with enough to be who you are, but at the same time, develop your personality and develop your professionality in a way that will also attract people to work with you. Maybe not buy your art directly, but to support you. Kasi not everybody that we engage with online will buy from us. Not everybody will be turned into customers. But everybody, almost everybody that you can encounter, that you can make a follower or a follower, is automatically a supporter, right? And the number of followers that you gain who are willing to press that like button to follow you and share some of their precious seconds in their day to see you on their feed, that equates to a follower and support. And those big numbers that you see, those followers, those are vanity metrics kasi ang tawag doon, vanity metrics. When other people look at your accounts na you have grown into a, good number, it shows that this person is reputable and credible. Kaya in a way, yes, building your social media platforms, your numbers, your followers is important, but at the same time, retaining them, retaining those followers, engaging with them, and also making sure that you are exchanging value with them every day is important. Okay. So next slide. Remember that the choice to create an impression, okay, the choice to create an impression and then maintain that reputation is always up to you guys. So the first thing that I would advise for everybody doing a personal branding journey is not to do more things, but rather the opposite. You have to clean up your Facebook profiles, even if it's your personal Facebook account. If you want to play the game of being letting your work speak for yourself, your personal social media accounts are no longer personal. They are already tools for business opportunity. They are your calling cards, 'di ba? They are your portfolios. So before you even rebrand or rehash your social media identity, 'di ba? Remove muna, clean up your feed, make sure that you do not have too many, like, the you don't share stupid posts or you look presentable enough na everything is malinis and clean, 'di ba? Kasi it shows that you are a professional that way. But it is a dance. It is a dance between being yourself and at the same time being a little bit polished, 'di ba? You have to you have to dance in between. Kasi if we're too polished naman, too strict, then hindi na tayo we don't get the chance to be authentic anymore, 'di ba? So, you have to decipher kung saan ka, where are you going to be. Timpla-timpla lang yan every day um, on how you want to create an impression. A good question to ask yourself is whenever you look at people who create an impression on you. Kunyari, meron kang pinapanood na I mean, who are your favorite people to follow? Aside from the celebrities and whatever, if ever you do follow any celebrity, like the simple regular people that you find inspiring, look at them and take note of what exactly they're doing on their feeds that make you want to watch out for them, yung inaabangan mo talaga sila. Take note of that, write it down, and then execute it also. Try to do it for your own feed, 'di ba? Kasi it is definitely a practice of awareness kung ano yung linalagay nyo sa feed. Baka naman yung mga personal feeds ninyo on social media is too much of your personal life but too little of your artwork. Are you showing enough of your creative side? Are you sharing enough of what you're learning in the creative world to the people who are following you? Okay? So, next slide. Now, I don't know how many of you drive. So if you drive, you can just raise your hands and I'm not going to be able to see you. But these are pedals. Yes, you know that. Now, the metaphor of life is a journey. That's what a lot of people say, right? And the car is the vehicle. Okay, the car is the vehicle that we journey life in. Now, this car is represented by us, our body. Kaya nga we have to put in the right fuel, the right inspiration to drive us to our destination, which is our goals, right? Now, if you look at these pedals, the red pedal over there, that is your gas pedal or your accelerator. Now, your accelerator gets you faster to your destination, right? You can speed up and you can slow down. Now, this accelerator that you see there, this is your reputation. If you you strengthen your reputation online. Kasi right now, it matters it matters who you are online eh. This pandemic really flopped us over our head and it matters more how you present yourself online kesa sa face-to-face, 'di ba? Syempre face-to-face is still important. Pero we need to be more mindful of our online behaviors. If you build a solid reputation, you are going to be pressing on that gas pedal and you are gonna get to your goal much faster. So kunyari, ano ba yung goal ninyo? Is it to um promote your collections, your artwork? Is it to gain more clients? Is it to be the leader in your field, 'di ba? Are you do you want to be the best, for example, photographer? Do you want to be the best mixed media artist, the best this, the best that? Whatever goal you have, remember that it is through only your reputation. Okay, not your video editing skills, not your photo editing skills, but your reputation that's going to get you there. Okay, so next slide. Ayan, I just mentioned that. So next slide again. Thank you, Gab. So where does your reputation come from? You might ask, saan ba yan nanggagaling? Well, let me ask you guys something. How many of you love to add to cart? You love to add your Shopee, your Lazada, your all of that to cart. What do you do before you make a purchase? We we read the reviews, 'di ba? We always are on the lookout for reviews. In fact, a huge number of online internet users look at reviews before making a purchase. I forgot the number of the statistics, pero consumers right now, they're always researching and looking for reviews. This is why the influencer industry is huge, bigger than regular media, because right now, people want to hear good words or a good testimonial about a certain product before they actually buy it. So your reputation comes from testimonials. And by testimonials, it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to make a 5-star review for Gab because he's such a good friend. He's such a good person to work with. Hindi ganon. But more of just um, a testimonial can simply be good words spoken to you by other people, a recommendation by a friend. Those are all part of testimonials, but they don't have to be formal. And of course, if you are a professional, you need to try as much as possible to get those testimonials from your clients. So, ayan. So it really comes from um, all of these testimonials. Word of mouth also. Okay. So a testimonial is real life proof kasi that you are trustworthy and that you are okay to work with. Some people don't purchase items simply because the item is great or fantastic or things like that. Some people buy art or support artists simply because they are nice people, they are honest people, kind people, good people, 'di ba? Funny people, 'di ba? Notice that those are the personality or character traits that humans really want to connect with, right? Okay. So, next slide. But why is it so hard for us to monetize our brand? Okay. Of course, it is a problem. A big lack of sales definitely is a problem. A big lack of getting clients or opportunities is definitely a problem. But again, it is more of your lack of reputation kasi hindi ka nga kilala, 'di ba? As much as you would want to be. So, in order to make your 2022 really effective and efficient, instead of focusing on the technicalities of creating videos, creating content, fixing your fonts and all of that, again, position yourself as a personality online that can teach and educate about your art, show people, always give value, always teach people what you can. And if you don't know the answers, learn it quickly so that you can reprocess and digest that information para matuto ng iba. Pag na-search nyo on YouTube, 'di ba? Like in your industry, like so for example, you are an NFT art. I'm always going to be using the occupation of the NFT artist because this is NFT Pinas. But if you check on YouTube, how to NFT, you'll see a bunch of suggested titles already there that will help give you content ideas on what people are really looking out for, 'di ba? If you want to position yourself as an expert, you have to be able to answer those questions in your own way. And a good way to do that, of course, is to continuously write and put out little snippets, videos that only last 24 hours on the internet, like stories, 'di ba? para ma-practice nyo yung how to explain exactly what this whole metaverse is. Again, there are thousands of people just like myself who are clueless and need to learn it, want to learn it, have interest to learn it, but we don't know who to ask anymore kasi yung mga nawa-watch namin on YouTube, hindi namin maintindihan kasi sobrang technical. So ako, personally, I would just rather ask my good friend Gab over here kasi kilala ko siya, 'di ba? So kayo din, you guys are ambassadors in that sense. Okay? Next slide. Okay, so the goal of your strategy for personal branding is to really create a self image that can convey a message that is going to create an unspoken introduction of yourself to benefit your personal or your professional life. Let's take a look at Banksy. You guys know who Banksy is, right? He is the world famous graffiti artist. He doesn't even show his face. He does not even talk, but his graffiti, his art, it speaks volumes already about himself. So yun yung goal natin, 'di ba? As professionals or artists or whatever we are, we want to create an image that speaks for itself and it introduces who we are, what we are about. We don't even have to talk anymore. So isipin nyo, sino yung mga taong ganon? 'Di ba? Like it doesn't even have to be an artist or a person in the creative space, but think about all the people that you follow. Who do you remember na hindi na nila kailangan ng introduction kasi yung work nila, it does it for them, 'di ba? So it definitely is not something that will happen overnight. It is built brick by brick, one by one, and very intentional. Kaya lahat ng mga ginagawa nyo online, your actions, your behaviors, what you post, um, that's all going to either contribute to making you guys attractive as a artist to work with, or it's going to take away from that and it's going to destroy your your facade, your identity, not identity, your persona, 'di ba? Kaya sobrang important 'yan. Okay, next slide. Okay, so what is noise? Noise is a very unpleasant disturbance. It's static, it's lag, it's noise. Hindi siya maganda pakinggan, right? Um so when you're trying to learn or when you're trying to teach something at naiistorbo tayo, we're always being interrupted, then it's not a good thing. And sometimes when we are trying to promote our artwork in so many different ways, we're trying to do all of the things. What is actually happening is that we are bombarding ourselves with a lot of noise. Ingay lang siya, hindi tayo makakoncentrate on the main goal, 'di ba? So, next slide. Let me show you lang some numbers. Now, these are going to be a lot of slides, so I'm just going to run through all of them really quickly. But these global headlines I'll show you are numbers. These are data and statistics collected from wearesocial.com and dataportal.com from the digital trends of 2021. Syempre, 2022 na. So, 2 months pa lang tayo in 2022. So, let's talk about what the trends were of last year. And this is in the purpose of showing you guys how huge really the activity is on the internet. Okay, so we have 7.83 billion people in the entire world. Okay, phone users is 5.22 billion. And internet users is 4.66 billion. That's 4 billion people around the world who you guys can reach because you have knowledge in this whole Web3 metaverse stuff. You guys are, well versed with the crypto space and all of that. And now the NFTs. How many billion do you think need to learn about this? A lot, right? And a lot of educated people are also trying to they know the value and importance of keeping up with all of this, so you guys definitely have a chance to promote your art by teaching people about the future which is where you guys are going to be presenting your NFT stuff. That's all part of kasi the future, right? Okay, so next slide. Okay, the world's most used social platforms. Of course, you have Facebook, followed by YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and then WeChat. That because China is huge, that's what they use. And then of course we have TikTok, which is huge, huge, huge. But notice that TikTok isn't even number one. It's still really Facebook. So pag inisip nyo, oh, I don't have a TikTok account, that's fine. You're already on Facebook, 'di ba? So do all your stuff there. If you have to choose one platform, why not? Because with Facebook, um, you have the power of the share button, 'di ba? Um, but you see, TikTok is already very popular, but it's not even the number one space. Okay, next. Sources of brand discovery, of course, search engines is where people discover brands. This is why it's very important that you guys keep putting your name out there. For example, for me, when I changed, because my real name is Rika Hernandez. When I decided to just use Rix, it was because, Rix is a more unique name than Rika. And if they type Rika, madaming ibang Rika na lumalabas. But if they type a Rika H, it's gonna be my name kaagad. So I strategically thought about that. And then in everything that I do, I write my name everywhere. So now when you search my name, it really comes out na madami yung mga, like, my LinkedIn is there, my TikTok is there, and all of that. So what I'm trying to say is that if you want to develop your brand as well, no, your name, make sure that you are consistent because your name is your brand. And if you're going to go with your artwork as the name of your brand as well, make sure that you write it as many times as you can para patok siya dun sa SEO, di ba? It will get optimized on Google. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so let's look at the Philippines naman. So these are the Philippine headlines for the internet users. Here naman in the Philippines, if you want to promote locally, let's take a look at our country. We have 110 million people as of January 2021. I'm sure that number changed because 1 year has passed. There are more babies being born. And 73 million Filipinos here in the Philippines are internet users. Okay, next group and next page. Okay, now look at this, guys. Among the 110 million people, ages 13 and above make up almost 74, almost 75%. That's a huge chunk. And these are all the young people that are interested in the gaming world, in the digital world, and all of that. Your market is so gigantic. Diba? There's definitely a lot of support and a lot of opportunities waiting out there. Okay? Even Ayan. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. Next. Daily time spent on media. Look at how much hours people spend on the internet. About 10 hours in a day. Well, of course, a lot of us spend our time working, so that's telecommuting. But aside from that, we have instant access to distraction as well. So ads fly in and out. Chances for brand discovery are always, every second nandyan yan. But this is just to show you that, again, your artwork or your creative ideas always have a chance to reach not just one person. You guys have to think large scale. You really have the chance to reach a lot of people. Okay. So let's skip that to page 23 para we can speed up. Okay lang. Sige, next. Internet use. Don't worry, guys. We're not skipping naman to valuable information. I mean, it's pretty much numbers to show you how large, no, the internet is, which you guys know. Some people kasi they can understand more when it's data and statistics. Okay, so this is page 23. Yes. Ayan. Oh, by the way, if you guys want the whole report of this is 300 pages, by the way, on wearesocial.com. I read through every single one of them. And it definitely inspired me to push more for the personal branding. I do this also for real estate agents, for insurance agents, and things like that. Kasi some people, they think too small na parang, hindi namin kaya because we're not internet people, we're not social media people, wala kaming personality or things like that. But the truth is, you have something to show for, 'di ba? You have a unique voice that you have to discover so that you can stand out in this sea of personalities and different kinds of people on the internet. Okay? Sige. Let's now skip all the way. Gab, let's skip now to page 33. Yeah. The report is too long. I want you guys to read it na lang yourselves, and I don't want to bore you guys, but go straight into the meat of the presentation. Okay. So this one, guys, this is called Sheehan's Wall. Sheehan's Wall is an invisible wall. Um, and this invisible wall is present in every industry. So kahit na sa art industry, nandyan yan. What does this wall represent? Notice that there are people on one side of the wall trying to push the wall, no? So if you guys are at home, you can just put your hands up and imagine that wall. Now, everybody is trying to break through and get through the other side of this wall. And what does this represent? Yung mga tao na ito, these people trying to break through, these are the unknown people. And everybody is trying to break through to the other side to become known. 'Di ba? Everybody needs to become known because the known people get all the projects, they get the opportunities. And when they get those opportunities, it also accelerates their their opportunities. Mas madami silang nakukuha na mas mabilis because yun nga, kilala na sila. So, people on the other side, we have to do so much just to break through that other side. But the problem is, a lot of us do way too many things na hindi na siya focused enough to break a wall. Now, how do you break a wall? Okay, let's skip to the next slide. Okay, if you look at this, the guy is trying to break through the wall, but he has so many different efforts. So meron siyang Facebook strategy, TikTok strategy. He's trying to do one kind of art and then he's shifting to another kind of art. So madami na siyang different kinds of art na the people who are watching him, they don't know what his specialty really is. Sculpture ka ba or are you a digital artist? Are you digital or are you a crochet master or whatever, right? What are you an expert in? So when you have all of these arrows, nadadilute yung effort mo to break through the wall. Next slide. What yields power is really focus. And if you can look at this magnifying glass, di ba? When you put a magnifying glass under the sunlight, ano nangyayari? It bundles up the sun rays, puts it together, and forms a laser that can shoot through and burn through the paper. So that is what we need to work on. Aside from personal branding, part of that is being focused on what it is talaga we are offering. So ask yourselves, as artists, what are you really offering the world? Diba? What is that one thing that you're offering the world? I like referring to Banksy a lot kasi sobrang yung brand niya, sobrang nagsa-stand out, 'di ba? Even if you're not an enthusiast of graffiti art, and you will hear headlines and news about him because his artwork is controversial and it tackles a lot of things going on in the world, right? So check, what is that one thing that you can focus on? Okay, next slide. When you're able to do that, you'll be able to penetrate and break through and become known for that one thing. Look at the apes, the bored apes, guys. I mean, I think NFT collections are really kind of like they really focus on one thing, like that one animal. It's always an animal or a face, and then they put all kinds of different costumes and hats and everything. So it's kind of like that, if you know what I mean. What is that one thing that you guys are going to offer? For myself, I even up to now, after being in the wellness industry for 10 years, I find myself becoming chop suey also kasi I do social media, I do corporate training, I do yoga, I do whatever. But like, how can I pull myself back into that one thing? For me, I found it's really mindfulness and awareness. So parang that's how I was able to package myself. What about you guys? If you like to do all sorts of everything, maybe you can package yourself as a teacher of the creatives, di ba? As an expert, as a commentator. Kind of like PewDiePie. Si PewDiePie, wala naman talaga siyang talent, 'di ba? But he became the biggest YouTuber ever because his brand is he is a commentator. He is a reviewer, commentator. You just watch him for him. And his awkward Swedish accent became part of what made him stand out. So never be ashamed of what you might look like or sound like because that just might be the very thing that sets you apart. Look at Mr. Angry Reactions. If you know Angry Reactions on TikTok, I mean, he stands out of everybody, 'di ba? He's always angry, but his message is always gorgeous, love and ano. So I know that's very far na from the art world, but I want to push you guys to think outside of the box and be creative in positioning yourself in this whole world. A lot of creative people kasi are really out there and they're making waves. Some are very young, teenagers, really killing it because they're not afraid. They're not holding back um, on being themselves. Okay. Next slide. What problem are you the answer to? Ask yourself that as an artist. What is the problem? Now, when people have this problem, they think of your name. Okay? Like for me, whenever I think NFT, I don't anymore look at anybody else. I just think Gab. Gab can help me. Diba? It's a recall, it's a brain tattoo. What about you guys? What is the problem that you are going to be remembered by that person? Okay, find that. And some people take years to figure out the answer to this question, but you have to reflect on this every morning when you're doing your artwork, when you're out on a shoot and you're just creating something. Ask yourself this kasi yes, you can always be creating for yourself as an expression, but our goal really is to create impact. We don't just keep our talent to ourselves, diba? As creative people, we need to grow and we need to share that with people because that is the gift of art. Okay, so more questions to ask yourself. Next slide. What is the one small area you can become an expert on? And what specific problem can you solve for others? Okay, next slide. Remember that your reputation is a very simple equation. It is the things that you have done, so your artwork, the things that you have attended, maybe your certifications, whatever you have learned, whatever projects you have done. It is the results that you have produced multiplied by the people who actually see it. That is the formula simply of a reputation. If you have a lot of artwork and accomplishments, but nobody sees it, then you don't have a strong reputation, right? Kasi simply, nobody knows of your work. Sayang naman lahat ng mga ginagawa mo, di ba? Equally, yung mga bad things, yung mga not so nice stuff that are seen, that also is multiplied by the number of people who see you. That's why people sometimes they don't recover from embarrassing moments on the internet, right? Um, one negative ex- one negative experience can destroy and undo a lot of good ones. Kaya kailangan careful talaga tayo how we even talk online. Sometimes gusto natin mangaway, 'di ba? But better to not kasi yun nga, somebody can just screenshot that and destroy you. So, yun. By the way, do we have any questions? No naman, no? Let me know. Okay. Yeah, let's do that before I move on.
Okay, so one question is, what's the best platform to use? I think
The
it's
best
this is referring dun sa previous slides. Hmm.
Sige. For me, the best platform to use is anything that matches your lifestyle. And by that, this is what I mean. Okay, so for example, I'll use myself. For me, I really love the mga kilala niyo naman sila Peter McKinnon, 'di ba? Yung mga gano'n na style. I love quality, cinematography, cinematic style. I like to watch that. When I tried to produce my own vlogs in that style, I hated it so much. Nahirapan ako. So for me, the best platform that worked for me, and this is also my answer, is any platform that you feel you can be consistently productive in. The idea of TikTok for me was very cringy kasi yung nakikita ko dun puro mga cringy stuff lang, dancing lang. I don't naman do that kasi matanda na ako. So I said, "Oh my God, I can't go to TikTok." But surprisingly, TikTok has been my best platform so far simply because yung process of getting content out into the world was so time efficient. It was fast. It has a beauty filter. Hindi na ako mag-make. It's efficient for me. So you choose a platform that you feel matches your lifestyle. Baka naman you are a very busy student or you're a working mom, you have too much to do, therefore you really don't have the time to produce quality cinematic kind of content for your art on a regular basis. The key here kasi is you have to be consistent, and by that it means every single day you're putting out something every day, kahit nga multiple times a day. But of course, longer form content like YouTube, it takes more work and effort to just put out a video. So once a week is already okay. However, on TikTok, it's different. You need at least 3 or 4 videos a day to be noticed by the algorithm because it's quick and easy. It's bite-sized content. So what's the best platform? The best platform, you have to really give each platform a shot. And see kung saan ka magla-last talaga. Yung iba kong friends, ayaw talaga nila ng TikTok kasi they're like, "Oh, but it's so," parang nababaduyan sila and they don't feel like it gives them that quality, whatever. So what happens is they never are able to put out any content kasi it is yung high production na gusto nila is already the very thing that stops them from producing. Sabi ko, practice muna kayo to be consistent before kayo mamili kung gusto nyo ng, cinematic or whatever. Part of that is if you have a DSLR, right? You have to transfer your memory card to your computer. There's so much processes. You have to edit in Final Cut and all of that. The saving. YouTube takes a lot of post work. You don't just shoot the video and make a thumbnail. You actually have to write a lot of description. So again, the best platform is what is going to support your journey consistently. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
next question is, how should I take advantage of social media algorithm if I want to promote myself and my product with low to no budget at all?
So low to no budget at all. Yun. Budget meaning like for ads or whatever. Well, of course, let's not go there because that's a whole new different. Still keep the short form content, the bite sized, your priority because you always want to get new people, new admirers or followers to support your channel and your social media platforms. The idea is to always get the new kasi the ones who are already supporting you, they will always come in and mamaya they will fade away. Remember, everybody's attention span on the internet is so short. It has declined and our attention span is smaller than a goldfish, sabi nila. Kaya it is our job to think of, yes, long form, but keep the short form ongoing so that it can support the long form content. Meaning, when you post a long form content, 10 minutes is already considered long, no? When you post a long one, all the people who follow your small ones can be funneled to that. Ganon. So,
Okay,
yes.
so last question. Lots of distraction on social media. How then will I find the niche suited for me?
So, So to find a niche suited for you, of course, you have to do a lot of reflection. You have to know um what you like to do, 'di ba? And you have to be very honest with yourself. Kunyari, yung niche mo, feeling mo, you create art that's very feminine and you feel like it's only for women and whatever. But ayaw mo, you want to target the men also. Sometimes you have to just be very brutally honest and ask yourself like who is my audience ba talaga, 'di ba? Kaya as an artist, you also have to write down and have your quiet time talaga. Kasi when you write down things like in a notebook or a journal, wala naman manonood niyan eh. Nobody is there to judge you. But your ideas and your thoughts in your minds, pag nilalagay mo on paper, nagiging totoo siya. You're able to clarify your intentions, no? Kaya sobrang important na when you decide who your niche is, isugod nyo na, you try to produce content for that niche. And then when you feel like um kasi once you always try, 'di ba? Sabi nila trial and error. If you fail faster and you realize na hindi pala ito yung gusto ko, at least you fail and then tapos na. You fail fast. And then you can explore another thing. 'Di ba? Strike while the iron is hot is what they say, 'di ba? Yeah. Any more?
Yan. Wala nang questions so far. So, I guess we can continue.
Yes. Okay. So
Mhm.
let's go to we have 10 minutes na lang ba, Gab?
Okay lang naman mag-over to finish the
Okay.
module naman.
Sige, sige. Let's go quickly to page 44. Okay, so why do artists have to brand themselves? The goal of artist branding is to channel the energy of your art, okay, through an identity and a visual style. Okay, this is going to help build the type of tribal loyalty that will cause regular people to give, pay, and support your art. Okay, I think we have established that so many times today. Why do artists have to brand themselves? I just read that. Okay, next. Now, criteria for creating a personal brand. Create a clear definition of what you want to be known for your area of expertise. If you really want to be known as the NFT expert, go for it na. Don't anymore offer or origami on the side or cross stitch or all these little things. You want to be the NFT leader? Focus na on that. Okay, talk about your field of expertise all the time after you have understood a certain amount of knowledge para ma-practice nyo rin yung how to explain it. Kasi when people ask you about your expertise, they want to shortcut na the learning. Kaya nga they go straight to an expert. And then one more thing, do not be afraid to call yourself an expert. A lot of people think na, ay, ang yabang, hindi naman ako expert. But the truth is, if you're not an expert, look at how the corporate world functions, 'di ba? They hire experts. You wouldn't go to a surgeon and have your heart operated on kung hindi expert yung surgeon mo, 'di ba? People trust experts. So, if you know something well enough and you're the expert at whatever it is, say, "Hey, I am the OBS expert. I know how to do this. Hey, I'm this gaming expert." Yeah, I've spent so many hours doing that, 'di ba? Talk about it frequently, talk about it a lot. Okay. And then choose a platform with a high level of visibility. Now, this one, the number three naman, high level of visibility is, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and whatever. But like I mentioned, you have to choose a platform that aligns with your lifestyle. Do you have the time ba to do YouTube? Or do you have enough only for TikTok? Because TikTok is fast and easy. Now, the highest level of visibility can also mean where you are already um followed the most. So check your social media accounts and then kunyari, yung Instagram nyo pala, madami na pala siya. Focus na kayo diyan kasi you're already building it. Sometimes kasi we build one area Tapos we build another one, nakakalimutan natin yung isang platform. And we forget that this one is still ongoing. So, ayun. Okay? Next. How do you create a brand identity? Okay, get your name out there. Ask for favors from your friends. If you want to share something and your friend has a podcast, ask for a favor. Hey, bro, can I guest in your podcast? Can I share in your Discord? Like, can you guest me? Ask and you shall receive. Right? Get your name out there. Pwede rin yung ganito, like, ask your friends if they know somebody in media who can write an article about you that you can reshare. Because it's not nice that we always promote ourselves, but it's different when somebody writes about us and we reshare that post. 'Di ba? It sounds better. Okay, put yourself in a position of a thought leader. This is number 2. Okay, what is a thought leader? A thought leader is somebody who has his own ideas and is not afraid to share them. Um, 'Di ba? Whenever we see good ideas out there by our idols, what we do is we take those words and we requote those people, our idols. Sabi ni ano, ganito eh. And this is our topic for today because sabi ni ganon, sabi ni ganito, yung expert na ganito daw. Yes, that's cool, that's good, but position na yourself to being that person. Practice nyo. Parang, what do you really think about, for example, uh, the crypto punks. Sorry, I don't know anything about the NFT kasi what do you really think about that? What are your opinions? If you can share it to us, we would love to know. O, 'di ba? So that's being a thought leader. When people ask you questions, answer them as best as you can. Don't anymore say, hindi ko alam, I'll pass you to somebody else. Try to help, try to answer. Okay. Of course, regularly post to your social media. Continuity should be achieved visually. So, number 5, we put emphasis on what is visual because uh, everything we see on the internet is visual. Words get drowned out by moving photos, videos, and all of that. You can also report about events live, like what we're doing right now. This is live. This is a great way to engage with your people. And if you think that nobody is going to watch your live streams, that is completely normal. Okay. Be good at talking to yourself and be grateful that when you are starting out live streaming, be grateful na walang nanonood habang beginner ka pa. 'Di ba?
True.
Para maka-practice. And then make multimedia your priority. Okay. So let's go to page 49. That's two pages down. And we'll finish off with some video ideas for artists. Now, these video contents you can do. Kung tamad kayo, you can live stream it and it will automatically save to your feed. If you guys have a little bit of time, do a reel. Reels are so powerful. They elevate your Instagram account so quickly, especially if you use the right hashtags. Ang bilis talaga, and of course the power of TikTok. So video ideas. You should do. Okay? An about me video. Introduce yourself. If you're going to be introducing to yourself to a potential buyer of your art, what do you say? Hi, my name is Rix. I am a this. You have to introduce yourself. You don't just show off your product or your art, diba? So, about me video, 1 minute is to 9 sentences. Okay, so if you write down on paper a script, my formula is 9 sentences for 1 minute. So, isipin nyo, ano yung mga sentences na yon. Okay? Now, if you want your video to be 2 minutes, how many? 9 plus 9 is 18. So, very simple, right? About me. Now, the shorter, the better. The more engaging, the better. You can also do a tour of your studio if you have a studio or your desk space. This is so interesting for a lot of creatives, diba? They want to know ano yung setup mo. What is your computer setup? What do you use? How messy is your workspace? Diba? Then, that's an easy, fun one. You don't have to be an expert to show your desk. And the more real and raw it is, the better. Kasi not everybody appreciates yung polished, yung mga aesthetic. Next one. Okay, next one is interview videos, just like what we're kind of like what we're doing now. But interview videos are definitely fun because now you are not talking by yourself. You are talking now with a friend or an expert on the topic. Ito maganda to kasi pag hindi mo alam yung mga answers, no? For example, in the art world, that you yourself have questions. You bring on an expert and then you have a conversation. So parang you are representing the beginner um in that conversation. Madaming makikinig sa mga ganun kasi you have the right questions for that said expert. Yan. So this one is very low production. You can do that on Zoom or StreamYard. Don't have to edit it because everybody knows naman how it looks. So no need to cinematography style an interview video. Okay, next is an art walkthrough. Show people one by one an artwork and tell them what your design or your creative process was. How did you feel? Actually found myself binge watching one girl just talking about, I mean, when she showed her artwork, it was so pangit. I'm like, ew, that's so weird. Pero when she started to talk about it, parang, it made sense na. So, yun, you can do a weekly artwork walkthrough. Yun. So your fans, your potential fans can get to know what goes on in your head as you create the art. Then the artwork becomes more valuable kasi may meaning na siya, may story na siya. Next one. Number 4 is, of course, information and tips videos. So for this one, these are the kinds of videos na ganito yung mga title. 3 ways to do this. 5 secrets to do that. How to create your own NFT in 5 steps. So you have a number there that is very specific. Those are very catchy. And then information, tips, quick tips. How to use Procreate. How to use Procreate to create your first NFT. Ayan. Things like that. Those are very important. In the world kasi, there are only two types of content that people want to watch. Educational, if they can learn something from you, or entertainment, or yeah, if it's entertaining for them. If you combine those two in how you present your video, then that is a win, right? Number 5, this one I appreciate this in the from the NFT Instagram page. I see that you guys have a lot of market updates. The coins are going up and down. I don't even understand it, but I appreciate seeing that because now it it shows that you guys know what you're talking about. So if you know about market updates and you know how to explain it to a grade 2 person like myself, put that gives you so much leverage and makes you definitely look like an expert. Okay, next. This is my favorite one, of course, vlogs. And that's tech reviews. Sorry, wrong spelling. Tech reviews, what gear is worth buying, um, for how much. People are always on the lookout for that. And you can also do local business reviews. So, if there's an art store or a tech store that just opened or whatever, cover that. Share with people, vlog style. And again, it doesn't have to be overly produced. It just has to be real and sincere. So, yun. Ganda ng art ng desk niya, no?
Oo nga eh. Complete na ano,
Diba?
setup.
Puro addict sa anime, oh. Okay, next one, we have live stream. So live stream naman, very easy. Kaya nga, there's no more excuse for freelancers and artists to not produce anything. Because even if you do not know how to do video editing, turn on the live stream and the Facebook and the Instagram, it will save it na for you. So what's great about live stream is that you really spend one-on-one real time with a person. For me, I've been live streaming for 4 years straight, and the bond that you develop with a new fan turns into friendship. And I tell you, the support is talagang solid kasi parang you're on a date with that person eh, kasi live. Okay, next one. Film vlogs about community events. So ayan, be a broadcaster like a newscaster of a billboard to announce na guys, there's this art show of digital art dito, first dito sa Philippines. Let's all go together. Let's do a meetup. Take it so that you can also be known as the person who knows kung saan yung ganap, 'di ba? Where are the happenings and the events. Okay? So last page. Please remember that your online presence is going to be your currency of your future. It is your currency. So this is how you will transact in the near future. Kaya we have to be not very careful. I don't want to make you feel na, it's something that we have to be scared of. Not at all, but something intentional. Ayun. And you guys can start your personal branding journey by doing like an audit of all your social media accounts. Look at it and see, nakakahiya ba 'tong post ko? Why do I have a drunk photo of myself there? Am I overly sexy here? Is that part of my brand? Should I take that out? Do an audit and really be honest to yourself who you want to be in the future. Tapos tanggalin nyo na yung mga mag-clean up na kayo. So that's how you can start. And then after that, that's when you start adding and building on your very nice new social media brand. Okay. So any questions? That was the whole deck. I went through that as fast as I could. And yeah, if you have any questions, Gab, I am here.
Yan. So, I think we just have one last question. Sa at least yun yung nakikita ko ngayon. Pero guys, if you want to ask Rix some questions about the topic at hand, feel free to comment sa Facebook Live and also sa Discord channel natin. So, this question is, how do you deal with bashers?
Oh my, the bashers. You know what, guys? Bashers simply mean that you have created an impact somehow. Buti kung may bashers kayo, very good, congratulations. And to deal with bashers, you have to ignore them talaga. I know nakakagigil to fight them. No? There's a time and place for everything, pero the moment kasi you engage with them, wala na, talo ka na talaga. So, pag may bashers diyan, ignore lang talaga. And remember, one hateful comment or bash sa'yo, no, can really destroy your entire week and your momentum. Share really, really quick, no? There is one time, so I've been building my TikTok channel for a year already. I've grown it. It's very good analytics na and engagement and everything. Anyway, I was on a roll, no? I was posting 6 videos a day sometimes. Um, and all of a sudden, there's just this one. Am I allowed to say a bad word? There's just one a-hole
Go
who,
lang.
who ano, jerk na lang, jerk siya. S- Sabi lang niya, this is BS. This is bullshit daw, yung sinabi ko. Kasi I was talking about how to be happy. So, yung isang comment lang na yon, talagang na heartbroken ako. So, for about 10 days, hindi ako nag-post ng content. Kasi sabi ko, ba't ka naman? Like, I'm trying na nga to, guys, kasi what I do on TikTok is I do motivational videos. So, whatever I put out there is really heartfelt talaga. So, nung may nag-basher sa akin, talagang I really sabi ko, what for will I do this? I quit na lang. Arte, no? Drama. But the point there is that you really have to protect yourself. You have to build an energetic wall to protect yourself. Kasi your creativity is so personal and unique to yourself. And you are putting your vulnerable self out there for people to judge, criticize, look at your art. They will have opinions. And even if they don't say na pangit yung art mo, if ever, mafe-feel mo din yun eh, di ba? and it hurts as a creative person. So you have to always prime yourself, get your mind ready for the day, and protect yourself kasi mangyayari talaga yon. And when it does happen, be thankful na lang na napansin pa rin kayo. Kasi that person still had the energy to say something to you. That means natamaan siya, na-impact siya. So, yun, i-ignore nyo lang, guys.
At saka nag-spend time siya to watch your content. So it's still
Oo, tinapos niya.
tapos eh.
Thank you for the view na lang, di ba?
Oo. Yan. So any
Yes.
more questions, guys? Wait lang. Wala nang nag-ask ng questions.
Okay na
So,
sila.
oo nga. Well, kung wala nang questions kasi, maybe you can just share final thoughts or tips na our audience can take away.
Okay. Final tips. Well, have fun. Have fun lang talaga. I think enjoying what you do is the ultimate secret sauce, no? For your reputation. Kasi when you enjoy yourself, magaang eh. It's light, magaang. Hindi kayo masyadong nape-pressure to impress people. So love what you do. Be who you are. Don't be afraid. But at the same time, be mindful of and listen and ask for feedback from trusted friends. Mag-ask kayo and take in constructive criticism like a boss talaga, like a winner, para it can accelerate you faster dun sa inyong journey. So, yun lang. I wish everybody the best of luck. I will support you guys as well. Just let's add each other on Instagram or something. But
Ito
yeah,
may pahabol.
go.
What's her vision for the future of social media and monetization online?
My vision?
Yeah.
Well, I can't see that far ahead. What I'm seeing is already it's here na kasi. I mean, everybody's monetizing online in so many ways. Some people don't even have to show their faces. Um, but basta all I can say is that the how much money you can earn online is so intense. I mean, not just social media platforms, but you have the old school, not naman old school, but kasi in my head, I'm thinking the NFT crypto world is so like advanced and high tech. But let's not forget, we have Creative Market, we have Etsy. You can still put out your art in those platforms as well. And um I was researching on I'm studying kasi Etsy marketing right now. And grabe, on one tiny digital download product, which you guys are artists, you guys can design something amazing. This person has made like over $9,000 in a month selling this one thing. And you know what that one thing was? That one thing was a coupon book for couples. So in that coupon book, there were uh uh, says for naughty stuff. That one little idea, because it was creative, was able to sell tons, 9,000, $10,000 a month on that one thing. So don't limit yourself lang to social media. There are market spaces where you don't even have to show your personality. Let your art speak for itself, diba? Um, but yeah, the the possibilities are endless. So that's the future. The future is really digital.
Yep. And also,
Yep.
since Web3 is, eto, nandito na tayo eh, nagsa-start na siya, there will be social media versions in the Web3 space. So kung ano yung itsura
Mm-mm.
nun, it's still up for our imaginations. Pero definitely it will be something digital, maybe VR related, ganyan. So marami pang pwedeng mangyari in the Web3 space. So it's really exciting now.
I know. I can't even think of what that would be like. Kaya I'm still in the Etsy world and all. But kaya nga it takes a certain attitude and mindset to enjoy like thinking of the possibilities. Yung parang ano kaya what if I do this? now is the time to think of all of these ideas, no, Gab? Kasi
Yeah.
hindi pa nagagawa eh. Like a lot
True.
of these things are equal playing field for everyone. So, yeah, your ideas are all valid. And if you don't put it out there, somebody else, mauunahan kayo ng somebody else.
Agree. Ayan. So, ito,
Yeah.
my personal question. Madam Rix, are you really happy?
Am I really happy? Do I look sad?
Oo nga.
Yes, I am.
Sabi to.
I am really. I am super happy. I don't know. I'm happy. I love what I do, and I'm always happy to help. And I love talking about this stuff. It excites me, and yes, I'm also happy that I don't know a lot kasi part of the fun is discovering and learning eh. Kaya yon, yes, I'm definitely happy.
Ayan. So,
Are you happy?
ako?
Oo.
Of course. Oh, sobra. The NFT space is really something na sobrang exciting to explore. So many
Mhm.
possibilities. We're really just scratching the surface, and learning about all of this stuff is really exciting for me and makes me happy to see all of these artists getting platforms now through the NFT
Mhm.
projects. The way they can now monetize their artworks, and anything is basically can be now monetized through the Web3 space, and it's really exciting because yun, alam mo naman sa traditional way may mga middleman who takes more of the profit and then gives back to the creator a small amount, so medyo unfair. Pero in the Web3 space, everyone can now have a really level playing field, and yun. So yeah,
Yes.
doing this for the community is really something ano din, passion, and makes me happy din kasi yun nga, we get to share all of these things and learn together as a community then. So yeah,
Mm.
I am really happy then.
And we hope that everybody else watching here can also say that they are happy. And if
Yes.
not, let's all help each other succeed.
Ayan. So thank you for your time, for sharing your expertise and knowledge about the social media and branding. Salamat din sa mga nakinig sa ating podcast today. For those who watch on our Facebook live stream, thank you then. And yun, any final words?
Um, Sleep well. Please make sure you take your vitamins. Mga artists kasi 'di ba, mga night owl. So sleep well kasi sleeping well will give you guys more creative juices.
Ayan.
Ayan.
So, yeah, and that's it for our podcast today. Be sure to check out Rix Hernandez. Her links are in the description box of the live streams of Facebook and also here on Discord. And also be sure to follow our social media pages, NFT Pinas. You can find us on almost every social media platform out there. And also the recordings of this podcast will be uploaded to Spotify, Google Podcast, and our Anchor in the coming week. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys on the next live stream. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.